Good. Thanks everybody for coming. My name is Joe Sosnowski, representative for the 69th District in the Rockford region. Previously, the Belvedere Assembly Plant was part of my district until the recent redistricting, but I still represent many of the families and employees, former employees of the plant. It was one of the largest employers in Boone County, and the indefinite shutdown obviously has affected families across the region. To add to that, the announcement that the company is investing $155 million to relocate across the border in Indiana is truly hurtful for our region and hurtful for our state, especially considering the cruel irony that it happened just after the governor signed the Reimagining Electric Vehicles Act. This was not a game changer, as the administration claimed it would be, nor was the $400 million closing slush fund that the majority party gave to the governor. The Springfield majority has continued to give false hope to the residents of Illinois and to job creators by these tactics. Illinois has a highly skilled workforce, one that is ready to work and do a great job producing and working in manufacturing. But unfortunately, state policy in Illinois continues to hurt job creators. Our neighboring states are doing a better job by structurally fixing things and creating an environment where job creators want to go. We don't have to look too far, just over our border, north of my region in Wisconsin, where new shipping, distribution, and manufacturing plants are continuing to open up. If Illinois' job climate was more competitive compared to neighboring states, these major manufacturers would choose to stay in Illinois. And one important additional piece of information to add to that, jobs move, people move. If we grew at the same rate as some of our neighboring states, we would have over 1 million more people living in Illinois over the last 10 years. These policies that this administration and the majority party in Illinois continue to push are hurting job creators and hurting families in Illinois.
Good morning, John Cabello from the 90th District. My district includes Machesney Park, Freeport, and from Stevenson County over to Boone County, all the way up to the state line. So many of the people that are now without jobs live in the district that I'm honored enough to serve. We're here to discuss the continuation of large employers leaving our state for more favorable business environments. You know, it just makes me so frustrated that, and I take personal exception on behalf of any Illinois worker that loses the job that their family relies upon. I call it like I see it. This trend is because of our state's anti-business policies. Entities of all sizes are making decisions to leave Illinois on a daily basis. From individuals in my district driving across the Illinois-Wisconsin border for gas, groceries, to big companies and employers trying to find more favorable businesses. It happens every single day. The districts that we have are losing people every day to different states. The fact that we are still standing here discussing businesses leaving is tough enough. Why haven't we taken the steps to stop the bleeding and keep large employers here? Why haven't there been any large employers announcing to move to Illinois? Why are headlines always saying that employers are leaving rather than expanding? It's because of the business climate that this state has, the business climate that the majority party has put in place. We need good paying jobs so that the folks that we represent can pay their bills. Their bills are mounting and they have no good jobs to go to. When you see families struggling, when you see families saying, I can't afford what I have now because I lost my job because of the anti-business climate that this state has, you would think we would act, but we haven't. It's time for us to call upon the majority party and this administration to do their job to protect the working class people. With that, I'll give it over to Representative Ugaste.
Thank you, John. Hi, Dan Ugaste, State Representative of the 65th District, portions of Kane and DuPage County in Northern Illinois. I'm currently leading the Republican caucus's Reigniting Illinois Strong Economy Working Group, also known as RISE, and we're working to increase job opportunities in Illinois. I've talked to members of the press, people in the House, people in the Senate, anyone who will listen to me for the last 4 years about our need to increase jobs and job opportunities in Illinois, because even when we grow, we lag behind the rest of the nation. We have incredible strengths here in Illinois, both natural, our location at the center of the nation, and our waterways, which allow us to have commerce on those waterways, as well as things we've built up over time. We have a workforce that is second to none. We are the hub for transportation for the entire nation. Be it railroad, we have every major freight railroad in the country coming through Illinois. We have more interstates than any other state in the union other than California and New York, and our airports. We have O'Hare Airport, which is always a leader, Midway, and many others. We should be able to use these strengths to attract businesses which are job creators and have opportunity here at home. Instead, we're losing out. As Representative Sosnowski and Cabello went over, we just lost a plant. It idled thousands of jobs here in Illinois. We don't have that work anymore, and the question is whether it's ever coming back. On that same day, that same company announced expansion in Indiana, right next door to us. As many or more jobs were being added there, and yet we're losing out. The name of the company here is irrelevant. It's not about the company. It's about our state and the way we conduct ourselves as a government and create a climate that's not favorable to business. These jobs aren't going overseas. They're going to Indiana, states next door, other states next door, as well as other states around the union. Take a look at the board here. You'll see this is President Biden's board that he used a few weeks back, from my understanding, to tout the rise of manufacturing in the United States since he's been in office. These are all large manufacturers who have invested $1 billion or more in these states, and you can see the locations for either a new facility or growth. Look where the line ends. Look what's blank. The state of Illinois. We've gotten nothing in this entire time. We, instead of allocating one-time funds and trying to come up with gimmicks to attract businesses to come to Illinois, we need to make reforms to ensure jobs come here and stay here. For years, Republicans have offered solutions that the Democrats have ignored. We need to address our sky-high property taxes. We need to end or address the endless regulations within the state of Illinois. We need pension reform. And we have a variety of other costs which keep businesses out of Illinois, and those include workers' compensation costs and other litigation costs and civil litigation. I urge my Democrat colleagues once again in the House and Senate, as well as the governor, to allow us to bring these bills forward. We just came out of committee, folks. While there's a 2-to-1 majority almost in both the House and Senate, in the House, over 570 bills came through, is my understanding. Over 500 of those were Democrat bills. Only about 70 were Republican bills. We're not being allowed to fix the problems that are addressing this state. Therefore, if the governor and the leaders in the House and Senate will work with us, we can bring the bills we have forward still, as well as ones we'll be filing shortly. Illinois was once a hub for business in the Midwest, especially for manufacturers who wanted to locate and grow here. This was true throughout the whole nation. Businesses would look to Illinois to bring their business because of our strengths. We can do that again. We can be that again. I'm calling on the Democrats who control every aspect of state government to work with Republicans and make us the epicenter for business once again. Thank you. We'll take any questions anyone may have at this time.
You mentioned some of the solutions that could be done here. Obviously, you said several bills didn't make it out of committee before the deadline. Are Democrats willing to talk with you about possibly signing on to some of your plans if they're not necessarily the chair of the committee?